What is up, everybody? So I am still reading Wrecking Crew. I'm just about done, so there will be more videos coming out on that in the near future. Pick it up on Amazon. Wrecking Crew, demolishing the case against Stephen Avery. It is a fantastic read. John Farrick, the author, talks about other things other than making a murderer in the book as well. And if you're interested in the Stephen Avery case, the Brendan Dassey case, I highly recommend picking this book up. It is a tremendous read filled with great information. Now, this particular part of the book has a lot of information from Bennett Grisham. Bennett was an assistant district attorney in New York County from 1966 to 1972. And now he is a New York law professor, or at least he was when this book was written. He's a New York law professor and is one of the country's leading experts on the topic of prosecutorial misconduct. Now, I wanted to talk about a specific part of the book where Bennett talks about something I've never understood since I've watched Making a Murderer, since I've done all the research I've done into the case, all the interviews and everything that I've watched. I've not understood this particular thing. It's about how Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey were convicted of the same murder two different ways. And he talks about this in the book. Here are some of the many examples how Ken Kratz strayed outside the boundaries of professionalism in the trial. From Avery's trial, all of the evidence points to one person, that one person being responsible. I'm going to argue at the conclusion of this case who that one person is. I bet you can guess who I'm going to suggest was responsible. Now, of course, we all know he's talking about Stephen Avery there, but he also was the lawyer in Brendan Dassey's trial. So remember, he states there is one person responsible for this crime. One. Now, in Brendan Dassey's trial, Ken Kratz claimed that Brendan Dassey killed Teresa Halbach, or at least participated in her killing with Avery, completely contradicting what he said during Stephen Avery's trial, that there was one person responsible for the murder. Kratz claimed that she was killed by Avery stabbing her in the stomach, Dassey slitting her throat, Avery manually strangling her, and then adding a gunshot. He argued that she was killed in Avery's trailer, not the garage. So during Brendan Dassey's trial, he said that Teresa Halbach was killed in the trailer, but during Stephen Avery's trial, he argued that she was shot and killed in the garage. How? But at Avery's trial, he argued no blood was found in the trailer, but since Teresa wasn't killed in the trailer, there shouldn't be. She was not killed in the trailer. Where was Teresa killed? This is an easy answer, or at least is an easy answer that is directed by all the physical evidence in this case. She was killed in Stephen Avery's garage. So that's a part of the book. I'm gonna make sure my bookmark's in the right place here. So that's a part, that's in Wrecking Crew. We all know that part of the story. But I've never ever understood how two people convicted of the same murder in one trial, he states that there is one person responsible for the crime and that person got found guilty. In the other trial, a completely different narrative, and that person's also found guilty, stating that there was more than one person, even though he stated in the trial previous there was only one person. Just absolutely bizarre. My Netflix law degree did not cover that part of law. It is absolutely crazy to me that that happens, that can happen. Has that ever happened before, where there were two separate trials for the same murder, two different people convicted of the same murder, but two completely different narratives of how the crime was done and how the people were convicted? In one trial, the person was killed in the garage, and the other trial, the person was killed in a bedroom. Both people found guilty. That makes absolutely no sense. None. Zero. I don't get it. Anyway, I thought that part of the book, that part of the case, that part of Making a Murderer, that part of Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey's situation needs to be specifically highlighted more than it already is. I don't get it. Let me know what you think. I hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you again soon.